Fellow Nigerians, my name is Madu Ajaja. I am a registered nurse, writer, speaker, entrepreneur, broadcaster, and a human and environmental rights activist with deep passion and love for Nigeria, especially in the area of socio-economic, civil and criminal and environmental justice. I am the anchor of two radio programs. The Nurses Arise program, designed to wake the nurses of Nigeria up, and the Nigeria Now program, a program that is watched every Saturday, listened to every Saturday. We have a growing audience of over 500,000 listeners. We hold that program at 8 p.m. Nigerian time every Saturday. And we broadcast live from Houston, Texas, United States of America. Our dear country is going through a lot. And since the past few days, the country is beginning to witness a shift in orientation. I am reacting with mixed feelings, and I'm hoping that we come out a better country driven by better leadership than we have had since independence, and supported by a conscious followership who have clear understanding of their basic human rights as citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You know, when this Anti-SARS movement started, I did make a post. And in that post, I took a holistic view about the beginning, the characters involved, and today, I would say that I'm cautiously optimistic, especially with the way things are growing. The movement is getting bigger and bigger. My hope and prayer is that this movement will become a Nigerian movement beyond SARS, because SARS is just a tiny speck and a complication of a twisted system, a system that was designed for disaster right from day one, because our country was founded on a very faulty foundation, a foundation that apportioned the power and the economics of the country to less than 1% of its population, while the growing massive population of Nigerians have been at their mercy. We fought a very bitter civil war. Was it a civil war? It wasn't a civil war. To me, it was a genocide, but they call it civil war. Trying to address the same type of imbalance that has refused to go away. And I'm hoping that we don't have a repeat of that again, and that the movement that is building out of the frustration of various segments of Nigeria will further unify us based on a clear understanding that all Nigerians, majority of Nigerians, are victims of the corrupt, dubious, and treasonously bankrupt political class, made up of less than 1% of the entire country's population, especially a country that has a whopping population of 123 million youths, mostly unemployed, underemployed, or unemployable. Secondary to one thing, a tragic failure of leadership, serial tragic failure of leadership since independence. Nigeria is 60, and at 60, it is expected that the country is supposed to have had a course, a direction in which it is traveling. But unfortunately, the country has been in the hands of bad drivers. Now, with this that is taking place, this brewing movement, this big movement that is forming right now, are we determined to produce the type of leadership driven first by abilities, competency, knowledge, courage to do great things that previous leaders have not done? And exceptional content of character, anchored on transparency and accountability needed of every leadership of any country that is desirous of being productive. Are we going to see a new set of leadership, or we are going to see an improved monster that will take us back to the trenches again? So I am appealing. I congratulate all Nigerians, especially those on the homeland who have trooped out to now begin to vent themselves. I want this movement to be driven by those who truly have the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians at heart. And I hope that this movement will not be hijacked for the country to be driven in a worse direction than we are right now. So I'm calling on all Nigerians, especially those at home who are on the turf, who have been victims of the Jim Crow political system that have denied them access to opportunities, to wake up like they have never done before, to drive this movement in every locality, in every community, so that at the end of the day, we will be proud that we did what the rest of the world have done at given points in their country's history. One thing that I ask of Nigerians is that I want to tell Nigerians that this is a very trying moment for the country. This is a very trying moment for the country, its territorial integrity, and her future. Why do I say this? I'm aware from the standpoint of somebody who is well versed in national security that there are agents, mercenaries from without Nigeria, from outside Nigeria, that are available to cash in and take advantage of what is taking place right now. So that is the reason why this movement must be organic and entirely Nigerian, devoid of mercenary involvement. Because we are aware that there are some elements in struggles driven by selfish interests, and they will not put the nation's interests above and beyond theirs. They are desperate. They can sell off Nigeria to foreign neocolonial and imperial interests for what they get. Nigeria has been a victim of this so many times in the time past, and we don't want to repeat that. Those who drive this movement at every point must be those who are totally committed to the growth and development and national security of Nigeria. Anything short of that would be disastrous for us. So we must, first of all, as leaders, hold ourselves to account as we drive this process. And looking to see a movement that will grow non-violently, because we want to keep those whose interests that we fight for alive, for them to see the benefits of our collective efforts of liberating Nigeria from the shackle of its 60-year-old darkness. So I urge all patriots at home to conduct themselves with utmost sense of responsibility, especially at this very dangerous time. We must refrain from doing anything that would destroy our dilapidated infrastructure further, because at the end of the day, it is we who will pay the price. There are moments, at moments like this, in very difficult situations, some people will have to pay, because freedom is never given free. We have to fight for it. So I commend all those who are in this with the genuine interest of Nigeria at heart. I commend their resilience. I must commend the youths who are now joining, and expressing themselves. I am happy that in my lifetime, that I'm beginning to see the result of the several messages that I have passed personally since the past 10 years that have gone unused. To see our young people, I mean the positive young youths of Nigeria, who are now coming out to express themselves, it gladdens my heart. And from 10,000 miles, I wish I'm on the top of Nigeria now. You bet that I'll be at the forefront of those pushing for this change that we need so desperately. So I commend every Nigerian today. But I must tell you one thing, that this struggle may be a very long one. So we must be committed to the purpose and wholly take responsibility for outcomes. It's going to require a lot of sacrifices, which is what we have been preaching for a very long time. Nigerians must sacrifice for Nigeria to be liberated. God bless you all, and God bless Nigeria.